Hey boy, today I'm playing a different game, sort of anyway. You see, last time we did a video, I completed the Spellbound Light edition of Spellbound Dizzy, which is smaller. And just like a kind of preview version of Spellbound Dizzy. But now let's get on to the main game, shall we? Which is actually the biggest of the original Dizzy games. And it was like, I think, more than twice the size of the second largest of the original Dizzy games. So, without further ado, baby dolls, what do you say we turn it on and get started? So yes, here we go, Spellbound Dizzy, Sonny Jim, let's go.
Let's play Dizzy.
So, here we are, on the title screen. As you can see, the title screen is pretty much identical to Spellbound Dizzy Light, but and as you can see, we have the same attract mode at the start, I think, pretty much, with Dizzy walking around in front of his circle of friends and family members and whatnot, which we will see again. Right now, I think it's the same room with the same characters in the same places as it showed in Spellbound Edition, Spellbound Dizzy Light, in the same cavernous room, but the differences to this version of the game are numerous, baby dolls, you see. We can change the colour of Dizzy in the game from being colourful to just being totally white. You can turn fall damage on and off, but I'll leave it on so that we get the authentic experience of Spellbound Dizzy, baby dolls. You can turn the border on and off. We can change the cover picture from the Spectrum version, the Amstrad version, or the Commodore 64 version, and because my main 8-bit computer when I was young was the Amstrad CPC 464, let's go with that. And you can also have the Spectrum or the Commodore 64 music. As you can see, there isn't really much difference between them, I don't think. I haven't listened to the whole Commodore 64 one yet, so I don't know how similar it is to the Spectrum one. It did sound slightly different from what little I heard of it just then. But I haven't listened to enough of it to form an opinion as to which of the two themes I prefer just yet, baby dolls. Anyway, I've just showed you the options, so with that, let's let's get started, shall we? As you can see, with the Amstrad version, the colours look a bit darker and not quite so vivid, but it's no big difference, and I don't think the colours change during the actual gameplay, depending on which cover version you choose. Anyway, let's get started with our playthrough now. What do you say, baby dolls? So, hopefully I'll be able to get started without my OCD acting up. So now, into Spellbound Dizzy we go, baby dolls. So here we are, let's read the notes. Welcome to Spellbound Dizzy, boy. Dizzy's biggest adventure, yeah, boy. At 105 rooms. It's bigger than Dizzy's 3 and 4 put together, boy. Well, that's quite a fascinating fact to kickstart our little playthrough here, isn't it, baby dolls? So, let's just have a wander around this place and see just how much it differs from Spellbound Dizzy Light, shall we, Sonny Jim? So already we're faced with a deep pit here. Let's not take the plunge just yet. And also in this version, curiously enough, we can't actually stand in front of the trampoline here. We actually have to skillfully jump on top of it. And here we have this version of Spellbound Dizzy's Windy Shaft and a star, one of the star collectibles. And I should let you all know, Sonny Jim, that this is one of the only original Dizzy games that I've never actually completed, by the way. Not even when I played it about, I'm gonna lose health, aren't I? So at least I don't lose as much health from taking falls in this version as I did in Spellbound Light. But yeah, even when I played, does this have a save feature, by the way? I'm sure it does, by the way, yes. Even when I played this game back in 2014, I think it was, I didn't manage to complete it then, despite being older and more intelligent than I was as a child, presumably, when I used to play it then. So let's read this note, eh? The warm, gusty wind comes from a vast hole leading down to the very molten core of the world, boy. Golly, boy. Well, that sure sounds daunting, baby doll. So what's to the right? That's a rather foreboding and dangerous looking sight. To be hoped those raindrops won't hurt me if I touch them, isn't it? After all, if you remember back to the first Dizzy game that was ever made, Dizzy the Ultimate Cartoon Adventure, Dizzy could be hurt by raindrops from clouds in that game, so don't think I'll be wanting to risk going under the clouds to try and collect that knife just yet. So, all we can do so far is head this way to the left, isn't it? And bravely take the plunge down this pit. And fortunately, we have this trampet, I think the game calls it, to break our fall. Yes, and we can pick it up and move it around as well. And here we have Polgy, the family pet of Dizzy's family, I do so believe, or maybe he's just a friend. Hi, Porgy Bray Bray. Eek, eek, Bray Bray. Porgies, you've waged your futile attempts at catching you, Bray Bray. You might want to try and speed up and stop being so slow and sloth like Bray Bray. Well now, I wonder how we're going to catch Porgy then. So, I'm guessing from what I remember of Spellbound Dizzy Light that this will be a food item and that I probably shouldn't try picking it up just yet. But yes, let's move the trampet over to this side of the pit, what do you say? And try to get up to this, on top of this left side of the pit and see what we find. And hope there'll be something to aid us in our cause, baby dolls. Looks like another fruit to get our health up, but I'm not going to take it just yet until my health goes lower. And for those of you who remember Spellbound Dizzy Light, this screen should be familiar to you. A screen where we can pick up heavy rocks and use them to weight ourselves down so we can get down the windy shaft. But first I want to try using this trampoline to see if we can get up to somewhere higher maybe. Seems not though, seems like this is as high as we can possibly get with this trampoline here. So let's hope I can jump lower on it so that I can get down safely without getting hurt, but that doesn't seem to be the case, does it? And I'm thinking surely if I fall to the left, if I jump to the left from off this trampoline, I'll get hurt. So let's try jumping to the right and hope that I luckily land on the trampet down the pit, shall we? Even though somehow, so I can land on the clouds to the right, eh? Well now, that's quite an eye-opener for how we're going to handle this trampoline jump, isn't it? So let's try that. And hope these clouds actually get us somewhere, what do you say, baby dolls? I'll just collect the star that's on top of this other cloud first. That's such a nice name for these clouds, isn't it? Soft, fluffy clouds. Seems like I'm jumping a bit higher than I should do from off this cloud, doesn't it? Like you wouldn't think I'd be able to get up to this next screen above from being this far down below it. But sure, anyway, I mean, you can tell that I'm jumping higher than I should by how I land on my back rather than on my feet, can't you? So, yes, I'll collect the star, now we'll move on and see if I can actually get on top of the cliff. Whoa, I saw a cloth or something on that cloud, on the screen, about 2 above this screen, I think it was. So I'll just see if I can jump into that cloud. Oh no, I didn't have the distance on my jump anyway. Let's start eating some fruit now and see if we can get our health up back to total 100% health. Well, that's near enough anyway. I'd say that's probably about 97% health. So yes, let's head on up here again and try not to drastically in the manner by which we jump from the other trampoline into the clouds. After all, it costs us health. And that's one of the main gripes that people had about Spellbound Dizzy, pretty much how the fall damage made the game hard, pretty much. Harder than they thought it necessarily should have been, for that matter. Anyway, here we are on the screen with a vast lake and another barrier that essentially makes for us. And I'm still a poet and I know it, can't you see? And her baby dolls. Anyway, what does this note say here? CJ in the USA, bray, bray. The elephant is back, and this time he's out to kill, bray, bray. Oh, deadly peanuts at the bad guys, and rescue your brethren, bray, bray. Have you got what it takes to survive level 4, bray, bray? Though it sounds like the difficulty sure picks up and escalates fast in that game, doesn't it? Oh no, I wonder if I could actually use the whale as a platform to get across this water at this early juncture in the game, or if it's moving too fast for me. I don't think there is, so let's try it. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna make it to the other side, yes. And what's this item? Some kind of a piston or a jack or something, or a brake shoe. That was close enough, baby dolls. Anyway, we can walk onto the whale, or whatever you call it, when it gets here to my side, since it gets close enough to the bank. And let's pick up the star too. Oh, could come close to falling, but I'm not going to do so. And now we make it safely back here to the shore of the vast lake. So, oh, that shouldn't have hurt, should it, if I landed on my feet? I mean, I know that it was a big distance to fall from, but you'd think landing on my feet would count for something, wouldn't you? Also, I need to be careful as to where I put the tramp hat, don't I, in order to make sure that I land on it properly. So now you're starting to get an idea, baby dolls, of why people generally consider Spellbound Dizzy to have been so hard, with how easy it is to sustain fall damage. Anyway, I need to remember where to put the tramp hat so that I can fall onto it without taking damage, don't I? And here I'm going to collect these berries first so that I can regenerate our health. I'm not going to lose health. I'm not going to roll all over the place and lose health if I jump over the trampoline from here, am I? Because that'd be a bit of a cheat, I think. Oh, that's just nonsense, do I say? I mean, how are you supposed to get over it without losing health in that case? Anyway, let's take the heavy rocks and see what's going on down the pit, shall we, the windy shaft. Although, that being said, I'm going to have to drop one of them when I get down so that I can, use the trampet so that I can move the trampet over to this side so we can actually get up the pit. So I'm only going to be able to use one of the heavy rocks, aren't I? Since I don't think I'll be able to carry more than 2 items just yet, will I? No. So let's drop one of them. The crumbly sandstone rock smashes to bits on the hard floor, bray, bray. Next time, try somewhere softer, like your head, bray, bray. Oh, our narrator's getting awful sassy, isn't he, bray, bray? So I think this is where I should put the trampet from what I remember from where it was before. Next to this tall tuft of grass here. That's what we need to remember when all is said and done. So as where to put it. Wait a minute, I could take the break up with us, couldn't I? When you think about it. Point was just leaving it down here when it could possibly serve us somewhat well. Down the windy shaft in one of the caves that leads off from it. Oh, by the way, isn't there a fascinating looking cave shaft down there to the right of us that you can see within the rocky wall there leading downward? That will be fascinating to explore, I think, when we get around to doing just that. So yes, using our heavy rock now, let's head on down the windy shaft. See what's going on down here. Oh, a star. So let's check out this highest point that we can get to first, and we have a burr pit. And from what I remember, this burr can actually hurt and kill us if we touch it, I think. So I'm going to try to avoid landing on the trampoline and see if we can collect that glass jar here. Oh no, we can't just yet, because I'm holding the brake shoe, aren't I? Okay, let's get it now then. The glass jar. And I don't think we'd be able to get enough height from this trampoline to be able to actually jump over the burr. So let's see if we can get any lower down the shaft. Yeah, just about. So what do we have here? The mining shaft, eh? So I'm guessing the brake shoe that we had, will maybe be able to help us get this cart going or rolling down the track, eh? That could be a bit reckless though, to head on so fast down here without more thoroughly examining the place, I think. So what does this note say? The Dizzy Collection, boy. Dizzy and Co. hit the streets in a 5-pack, boy. Featuring Dizzy, Fast Food Dizzy, Fantasy World Dizzy, Treasure Island Dizzy, and Magic Land Dizzy, boy. For all your Dizzy needs and desires, boy. Our narrator's getting a bit dramatic and overzealous there, isn't he, with his advertising duties? Anyway, from the looks of this track here, looks like we might have to do something to repair this break in the track before we'll actually be able to get anywhere with the cart, eh? Lest it propels us up high and possibly to our deaths or something, or maybe it just might push the cart back to the starting point, essentially rendering it useless in regards to what we hope to accomplish here. So this is the Cresta Run, apparently, according to the title of the screen. And we have another star here, another star collectible, that is. And another mushroom-shaped trampoline here as well. Wonder what's further down though before we go up there. Not so sure I want to go further down just yet in case what we have down there is rather deadly. Not that I know for sure, but let's try taking a jump on this trampoline then. Yeah, that was lucky that we just what? Oh, for a scary moment there I thought the game was stuck. Can we actually get up there to that platform, I wonder? Can I actually jump high enough? No, I can't. Makes you wonder if these diamond formations or crystal formations will play into anything later on, doesn't it? A passage junction is where we are now. That's to the left. Oh no, I don't like that room. All dark and oh, look at those scary eyes in there too. Don't think we want to head into there until maybe we have something that might maybe help us to see in the dark or something. That's a good thing that we can fall down from that ledge up there without losing health, isn't it? So this game isn't totally cheating then, so I wonder what's further down. Oh! Well, at least we can go into the water without losing health, can't we? So that could be a bit of a game changer. Do we lose health immediately from being in the water though, or is it just a case of those creatures in the water hurting me? Yeah, we can go in the water for a bit. So that's something at least that makes that's something in my mouth. So that's something then maybe that makes Spellbound Dizzy a little bit easier than some of the other Dizzy games, isn't it? So let's trying to decide whether I should take this risk. I mean, those creatures are moving awful fast, and that crab at the bottom of the screen is awful big, isn't it? Like, it might be hard to jump over, and who knows how long we might be able to stay under there before we start drowning, or how long and big that body of water actually is. So, before we take the risk, let's see if we can explore other avenues and come up with other plans of action first, eh? And while we're at it, replenish our health here. Well done, you found some yummy fruit, pray. And just like that, our health is back up to, I'd say, about maybe 92%. Okay then, so we can't get it down any further, can we? No. Okay then, so I'll drop our rock and we'll head on up again. Oh, I'm gonna lose health. Yeah. So I'll leave our glass jar here for the time being. And I'll head down and think about exploring that body of water with the big whale in it this time. So on this side we need to leave our trampet on top of this tall tuft of grass here. That's the right place to leave it so that we'll actually land on top of it when we fall from that cliff top to the left here, you see, baby dolls. Now, let's take this trampoline and get up to these clouds again. And now, here we are. So I'll just take a daring dip in this water and, yeah, I don't think I want to go any further without there's a long way to go down there still, and how there's watery creatures in there too. Yeah, that's kind of nonsense, isn't it? How I can't fall down there without losing health. Probably said that before, but I digress, baby dolls. Yes, so here we have a heavy rock again. So, What do I do now, I wonder? Do I risk going under that cloud with where the raindrops are falling to try and get the knife? Or do I take even more of a dip in that water that we saw in the cave and see if maybe I can find any items in there? Then again, we do have this trampoline that I haven't tried here as well, don't we? So yeah, let's try that. Never know what I might find in the clouds up above here after all. Hoping it's going to be more than just a star though. So I'll try jumping further to the right, since hopefully there might be clouds on the next screen I can land on. Oh no. Oh, and I was so close to landing in the windy shaft as well, wasn't I, to avoid losing health? But to no avail this time, unfortunately, baby dolls. You know something though? With how we've been playing for a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to take a risk here, especially with how we haven't lost any lives yet, and try jumping to the left from this trampoline. I mean, I know that if there's no clouds, then we're going to have a long fall ahead of us, and we are. And we don't land, when we don't land on the tramp party either, so we lose even more health, but still, we can take these kind of risks since this part is coming to an end too. Soon anyway, since we've been playing for about half an hour now, haven't we? Before we finish though, I think I will take a risk and more thoroughly investigate underwater in that cave. But first I'm going to try jumping across this mushroom trampoline, and hopefully I'll manage it in a way that doesn't hurt me. Oh yes, that was lucky there. I thought I wasn't going to do it first, but at least now we know it's possible to jump across that mushroom trampoline without getting hurt, don't we? So there's something to cheer us up in the face of all this adversity we're currently facing, baby dolls. I wonder if it's possible to drop the heavy rock somewhere in the grass in order to, cause it to land somewhere soft so that it won't break, so that we'll be able to pick it up again and, I don't know, use it to bolster our weight so that we can get further down the windy shaft, maybe. Suppose anything's possible in this day and age, baby dolls. Yeah, so let's get down to that watery body again and see what we can possibly find, and should have remembered to bring the that shoe thing, shouldn't I, to presumably get the cart moving, although I'm not sure what good it would have done with that break in the track. But I can be forgetful, baby dolls. So yeah, I'll check in this water now, and hope that I don't get hurt too badly by the creatures here. Oh no, it's too far. Need to get out of here or I'm gonna die, aren't I? Gonna drown? Oh yes. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken that risk. It's not gonna start me under the water when I start with my next life, is it? Oh yes, and I got hit as well by the creature. That's just total and absolute cheating shenanigans, I say. Anyway, before we bring our video to a conclusion, I think I'll try collecting that knife onto the rain clouds as well, and see if I can, or at least ascertain whether or not the raindrops actually hurt us anyway. So up we go. And now see we can collect it without getting hurt. Now. Oi, they don't hurt. So yes, that was definitely a risk worth taking, wasn't it? And now we've got a sharp dagger as well. But alas, we meet another obstacle in the form of the beast. And so now you're probably starting to understand, baby dolls, why when I first got this game I found it so hard as a child and couldn't get very far, since we haven't actually got very far into it yet in this first part of my video here, have we? Only explored like 1 or 2 floors beneath, down under the windy shaft, and haven't explored all that many screens above ground either. Anyway, I'll save our progress for the time being, baby dolls. I think I need to do it again because of my OCD. So now, let's see how long we've been going. A long time. But it's not all that long compared to some of my other videos, so until next time, baby dolls, I'll see you when I see you. And remember, don't do drugs, baby. Bye.